Give your mic.
All right, we are live, everybody. This is Chrissy. I am your host. This is Hollow Hangout. Man, I just don't even, I can't even talk right now. Okay, so we just finished watching Delaware, and I can't even talk. All right, so.
You're going to pass out again, Chrissy, aren't you?
Oh my God. Well, you know, Zach, he said at the WonderCon panel that people were going to say WTF, and I say WTF to the 100th, squared. I mean, I can't even. All right, first, let me just talk about the good stuff, because I need some good feels. Ichabod was adorable.
Yes.
Yes, the beginning was precious.
Oh my God. Okay, and I need to mention right away that, of course, the episode is written by Damian Kindler, and his episodes have been great this season. I mean, I do have to say that, but we'll get to the other part in a minute. Anyway, I just can't. Anyway, and so, I mean, I just loved that the cappuccino thing, and then she brought him a pastry, and the swapping of saliva. Did you guys catch that? Because I was like, oh my God.
Because they had a little lipstick stain on there.
Yes, it was so adorable.
Literally.
Yes, and I love there was the trip across the Delaware with
the flag and
the flag.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was another beautiful scene.
Yeah, that was cool.
How they shot that, and just the special effects were amazing. And
Yes,
I
it was.
loved the little chat that they had. And he's trying to let her know. I mean, I think hold on, let me see. I'm going to try and find my tweet. Let me see here. I tweeted what Ichabod said, because he said, what did he say? Because I need to read it again. I just, oh my goodness, I just can't even. My heart is like still pounding. I can barely even function right now. I mean, you guys. So if I'm rambling and not making sense, you can thank Damian Kindler for that. So let me see here. He said, quote, "When it comes to you, Lieutenant, there's no greater certainty." I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And then they get to the catacomb, and the chat there I thought was very, interesting. And okay, so let's go back to let's just talk about Joe. I mean, I cannot even freaking believe they killed Joe, which is what I was thinking all week. I had this horrible feeling. I'm like, they're gonna kill him, because that would be the one heartbreaking thing that would be so emotional
For Jenny.
for Jenny. Well,
Right.
yeah, for Jenny.
I'm going to make you feel pain, because I was like, how is he changing? And then I went, okay, he's making her feel pain. He killed her love.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He ain't kill her. He ain't dead. Oh, he's not
dead or not. Nobody ever died in Sleepy Hollow. Well, he didn't disintegrate, right?
He didn't.
You really did.
If you don't disintegrate, shot a couple of times.
He didn't disintegrate, so that's good. So, Christine, you're leaving us soon. So, tell me, what were your thoughts? About the episode?
Well, I mean, it was really exciting. I mean, opening was cute. I mean, adorable. It was total Abby and Ichabod, and we loved it. As it went on, it got a little nuts in a good way. And a good way. Papa Mills came out.
Yeah.
Mills was, there's bloodline stories, as we heard in WonderCon. So there's some bloodline things going on, which I thought was actually very, very cool. Obviously, he knows what's going on. And then as we keep going, and the Bessie Ross thing, I mean, I kind of took a hint from WonderCon that she would be there. And but, I mean, I guess we're going to have to see what happens. I mean, it's like, I think somebody said before we went live, it's like, okay, maybe she's going to save them. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but it was really good. It was exciting. I was screaming at the TV, and my husband sat and looked at me like I had 5 heads, so that's a good thing. It was fun. But at the same time, back to Danny. Danny came clean, too, by the way, because everybody said that he
Sophie.
Right, and everybody said, "Oh, he might be a bad guy." I don't really think he's a bad guy. I think he's an unknowing guy. I think he was following orders, in my opinion. So, now when we get with what's the guy? What's his boss's name, Chris?
Walters.
Yeah,
Walters.
Walters. So we're gonna find out some more. I think next week, I would assume.
Yeah,
so. But it was good.
Yeah, and I mean, I missed the last 15 minutes. My laptop overheated. I don't know. I'm hoping that it'll last during this Hollow Hangout. We'll see. Anyway, but yeah, and so I'm anxious to rewatch that or watch that part with Ezra. So Ezra knew Sheriff Corbin. They were friends. Right. Is that what the deal was?
Very exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He took the picture of, I think it was Walters and Corbin together. He goes, "I took that picture." I was like, "Oh, okay. He was your boyfriend's a Wendigo."
Yeah.
let me fix this. What? Yeah. What's going on?
I'm like, how do you know what that's called? Okay.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, but there was a lot of good stuff in it. I mean, we're getting more answers now, and the thing is that Danny has lied to her from the moment he met her. Yeah. I mean, he was put at Quantico to mentor her and get close to her.
Right.
And I just don't see her. I don't see her forgiving him for that. But then I don't see her. I mean, even with everything that they were sharing, in the catacombs with Ichabod. I mean, they're both talking to each other, but although in different dimensions. The point is she wasn't talking about Danny. Hello.
No,
so, you didn't mention one word about Danny.
I know.
And everybody's like, "I'm gonna join," and and Danny, and she's like, "Eh."
So frustrating. Yeah, Yasha. Did I say your name right?
Hi.
Yasha, I finally said your name right. I don't know if you watched the Hollow Hangout last week, but I kept calling you. I never say it right. It's Yasha.
Hi, Yasha. How are you?
I can hear her.
We can't hear you, though. Nope, can't hear you.
You might have to, what usually happens if you, did it come on? If not, click out and then click right back on.
Yeah.
Like come out, and that usually will engage your mic.
Oh, that's really weird.
Yeah, it happened to somebody else before.
Okay, yeah,
try and then with me.
Yes, hi Gayla, thanks for joining us.
Hi. I was trying to for the longest while.
What are your thoughts about tonight's episode?
Oh my God, it was crazy. I enjoyed it. There were a few parts that I didn't enjoy, but I enjoyed it totally.
Yeah.
Totally,
it was
from
fun.
Beginning to end.
Well, my heart is still pounding, and it's 20 minutes after it ended. Oh my God, Dania, you're here?
Hey.
Hi, Dania. Hi. She's calling from Italy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Or no, Puerto Rico, Portugal. Where are you from?
Portugal?
I'm from Portugal, yes.
You're from Portugal.
Oh, hi.
Welcome. Oh my goodness.
Hi.
We got a good panel. So Yasha, I need you to hear me. Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, so what were your thoughts about tonight's show?
Okay, so I loved it, except, I was at WonderCon, so I saw 30-something minutes of it, and I did not see Betsy Ross being alive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It cut right when you saw her in the catacombs, like when they pulled off the sheet, and that was, you were all freaking out. So, it was everything I could do not to tell you guys what happened, because, I really didn't know what happened.
Right.
I loved it. I'm okay seeing what they're going to do next week. I'm fine with it.
You're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Although, I thought Danny was barking a whole lot of orders. That was hilarious.
Yeah, like,
I loved it.
Like he went right in there.
Like, I run this, like, come on, you just join.
I loved it.
You know what? If Jenny had listened to his orders, she wouldn't have met the hint.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. That's true.
Joe Dead.
That's why Abby loves him, though. That's why Abby likes him, because he must be taking charge. I love that. They all listen to him. It was hilarious. I was like, what? Funny.
Well, I mean, he is supposed to be, what is he? He's the supervisor over there, and he's supervisor over Sophie, and Sophie was working with him, so it made sense that he would be like giving the orders and.
This is what he does.
Tactically trained.
But he's not the supervisor of Team Witness, and I just died at that. That was so funny. I lost it.
Yeah.
I was cracking up so hard. I was like, he is really a boss. I'm telling.
And he's, he didn't get a lot of play, I think, Lance in this whole season. So I think let him come out a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm glad that they're actually making, like, we're seeing his personality and everything.
Right.
The first half of the season, we didn't see anything practically. I mean, and so, I mean, we'll see we'll see where this goes. I'm anxious to see, how, we'll see. I don't know. So it ended in a cliffhanger that I did not see. Linda, why don't you tell me what the cliffhanger was? Because I'm my computer crashed.
Well, I don't know what part your computer cut out, but in the latter portion, first of all, you have Jenny and you have Joe, and he's turned into a Wendigo. And as he's talking, so you saw the part where he was talking.
I saw where she shot him, and then he, transitioned back to his human form, and he said, "I love you," and then I got cut off. That's all.
Oh my God, that's almost cruel. But yes, it's cruel. But yes, you saw Joe. He has a hole in the chest. But I'm like, I hope that Joe is still alive, because you're right. We didn't see any puff of smoke. We didn't see any ashes. And I believe if you put a good old-fashioned bandage on that, he'll be okay.
No,
I don't think so.
Any bandage.
Saying he left.
I'm hoping he'll be okay. Also, at the latter portion, we see that we thought that Betsy was dead, and then she comes back alive.
So she comes back alive.
And she's giving Abby some serious stank eye. Like,
serious.
I didn't notice that. What?
Yeah.
But I think that she is going to do something to sacrifice so that the witnesses can get back.
Yeah.
The hidden one turns all, he turned red, just like that shard.
Just like the shard from last time.
Yeah, so I thought that they were going to actually stave off, him, getting his full power. But it did not work, or I guess it didn't happen in time or something. So I think about that.
Yeah, I think that they were just trying to stall. What Pandora had a plan to just stall as long as they could waiting for the witnesses. So I guess that was as long as they could stall.
I agree with you.
It did not work because he went all shardy red, and then
shardy red.
He was going to be the first one that he was going to kill. He's like, you're the first one you're going to kill. I like the episode, Chrissy. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah.
I don't like to see when my fave characters die, so I'm hoping that that Joe is not dead.
Oh my God, he better not be dead, because there's going to be a major brawl over here. That's all I can tell you. I mean, the thing is like they finally have a core four that I just think are. I mean, I love them. I mean, if we, since Irving isn't there, then we at least get that. And anyway, I'm fingers crossed. My face, I think, is still red after all that. But anyway.
Yeah. We're doing this for 4 too. Like last season, or in the beginning season, you had the core was Ichabod, Abby, Jenny, and you had Irving.
Right.
Irving, and I'm like, what do they have against the number 4? It's kind of crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
It's happening, it's the number 4 is evil or something. I
don't
know. I know. Well, we'll see what happens next.
Chrissy, guys, can you tell me, because I do have to run, because I have to go hang out with the hubby for a little bit. But my question is, I was so in shock that I didn't pay attention to next week's preview. What can one of you guys tell me what happened for next week?
In the preview, they showed what I'm pretty sure is headless. It would look like a Hessian soldier on a horse with no head.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to have to say that Zach's got to be headless.
Okay.
And Abby was doing something. Ichabod was on the ground and he screams, "Abby, no!" You know, the dramatic Abby.
Oh my God. That better not be what we think.
They're trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Really? I'm done. Guys, have a great night.
Well, thanks, Christine.
Good night, Christine.
We'll see you Friday.
We'll see you Friday next week.
Yay. All right, bye. Oh, my gosh. So, okay, so let's find out what Diane says. What did you think of the episode? It's like 3 a.m., isn't it, where you are in Portugal?
Yeah, it's 2:30.
Oh, okay, in the morning.
2:30. Oh my God. Okay.
All right. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty great, so I'm not too upset about being up this late. I thought it was actually a really good episode. I really liked it. I'm not happy about Joe dying, and I'm not happy about Betsy being alive. But other than that,
telling me? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry? I
What
didn't
did you
hear
say,
it.
Gayla? Did you say something?
So this
Gayla?
is what I want to know. What is up with the cutlass then? If she's still there, what's up with the cutlass from before?
The cut glass? What cut glass?
Yeah, because the cutlass was supposed to be Betsy Ross and she used it to go through the well. So how that is going to play up with what happened tonight?
Okay, you lost me. I don't know what you mean by the glass.
The cutlass.
Cutlass. So Betsy
the
supposedly left the catacomb.
You mean
her knife, her sword.
Her cutlass.
The cutlass.
The cutlass. Yeah, the cutlass.
Okay.
The cutlass. Sorry. My children had some. Sorry.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. I mean, obviously, I mean, Abby knows the way out now. I mean, the cutlass.
Yeah.
The cutlass was there when Abby said that, or when Ichabod told Abby that was Betsy Ross's, then, that's how she put it all together. And that's why it was still there, because Betsy was still there. So, hey, Deb and Darla just joined us. Hi, guys.
Hi.
I understand what you're saying, Gayla, because that was used as how Betsy escaped.
Exactly.
So why is she there if she used the
Why is she unconscious? Exactly.
I wonder if they're going to do some type of a time differential, or like she's going to be able to go back. I really don't know. That kind of doesn't make sense. I mean, I can throw out theories, but it's just odd.
It doesn't.
So, yeah. I mean, maybe they rescue her, and the woman that does go back really is Betsy Ross, but Ichabod just thinks it wasn't her, and she just kind of like cuts him off because, she realizes that she just needs to cut him off and be out of his life because he has a bigger destiny. I mean, I don't know, but she used the cutlass to escape, but she was trapped in that room. So I don't know.
So whoever did, if it was the doppelganger thing, like that's what I'm thinking. What if it was Betsy's doppelganger?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's saying
if the doppelganger. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's weird, but did everybody tell what they thought of the episode?
We're getting down the line. What did you think, Tina?
I really liked the episode, most of it. Of course, I'm not a Denabby shipper, so I'm just like, on that. I'm like, next. I like him on the team. I wasn't sure if I would. I don't know if I'm going to like them when they're all together. Just like, I don't want to keep going back to season 2, but, when if too many in the kitchen when Ichabod and Abby are there, I just don't want anything to interfere with their dynamic. But him being on the B team, that kind of flowed. And like everybody said, if Jenny had listened to him, Joe would not be shot. So that was good. He did take charge, and I think that is where he would be an asset. He told Sophie the truth. So I hope that they don't brush that over because Abby makes a big deal about honesty, and so if it all of a sudden gets brushed over for Danny, it's not gonna feel right.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? And Betsy's alive, yay! And she got a hug. I'm like,
oh man.
But so the downsides, but other than that, it was a really good episode. Loving Papa Mills. I'm just like so excited. I mean, there's so much to be excited about that happened. That the Abby and the Kratzy and and Joe getting shot. I'm just gonna be patient and wait and see.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the episode was excellent.
We will see. Okay, Deb joined us, my first lieutenant. Hi, Deb.
Hello.
Are you alive? Debbie. You look really tired.
No, I am tired. It's been a long week. It was I thought the show was great. It just went in a direction that was troubling, but yeah, it was a great show. There were so many good things about it. And I guess what I don't understand is why have this story arc, the Jenny Joe story arc, to create a romance
and then
kill off Zach.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of weird. Also, I've been looking at tweets here. He's not coming back.
No, he's not.
He's not coming back.
No.
They interviewed him. And they interviewed Cliff.
This is horrible. I am so upset right now. Seriously.
This is hard.
Chrissy, I told you, if they don't give us Ickaby, then they can't take Joe. I can't, there's only so much we can take. Come on.
Yes.
And I'm not worried about the Betsy Ross thing. I think it's just going to come to a conclusion.
Well, they need to have closure, complete closure, because, Ichabod didn't have complete closure with her. I mean, the goodbye letter, whatever. But, listen, she was considered a, full-fledged cast member. And they have to like just completely close that door at this point and just end it, And so
if they bring her to the 21st century, they'll run into the same problems they had with Katrina.
Yeah.
So that's not
totally.
I think remember when Betsy said she wanted to be there when Ichabod found his true love or whatever it was, or
when she said it'll make you
the woman that made
all those manners will make you drop all those manners and
I think that's what she's here for. I mean, I think that's part of what she's here for. I wasn't surprised about Papa Mills. It's like Papa Mills came clean. Danny came clean, but I still don't trust him because he wanted to know about Pandora. He was protecting Pandora, so something's a little weird there still.
Yeah.
With Papa Mills?
Sophie's not happy with him. Mm-hmm. And he sent Jenny to her death. Yes, he took over the mission. How come he just...
I gotta tap out for just a minute. I'll be back in a little.
So he's really, he's responsible for Joe's death.
Yeah, totally. I agree with you on that. And that's gonna be the end of that for them,
Yeah. But every moment with Abby and Crane was great.
Yeah.
Don't you think
yes,
so?
It was. I mean, I don't know if you guys feel that way, but
I do. Yeah, It
was great.
Great dialogue and
the cappuccino.
Yeah, and they each revealed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The canoe, what they said in the canoe. No, I really think there's so much depth in that relationship, Abby was not happy when Danny showed up in the archives. He wasn't invited.
You could see that.
He was never invited.
He walked up like, I own this place,
Yeah.
Like, I own here, and I walk in, my house.
Yeah.
They listened, They listened. And I didn't get the impression that she wasn't happy about it. I mean, he was being a boss, and they listened. I mean, they listened to it. then they took orders. And Jenny didn't listen to Danny, so I don't think
yeah.
Listen to him. So I don't think that definitely wasn't his fault, Danny's fault. He told her what not to do, and she did the
opposite.
Well, that's true. I give you that. Yeah.
So that's not his fault.
Right. I agree with you on that.
And Joe's fault.
Well, Regina's back. Hi, Regina.
Hey, how are you? How's your computer?
It's going at the moment. Let's hope it lasts for the Holo Hangout. I don't know what's going on. It just keeps overheating, and I have 2 of those air pads going, and it's still not really cool. So I don't know what's going on with it. I'm gonna have to.
How old is it?
It's only 2 years old. I got it just 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
all those videos you've been making.
I know, it's all my Ickaby stuff. It's like sapping energy from my laptop. No, it was
you gotta give it a rest.
It was the hidden one in Pandora. They wanted my energy. No.
No, we didn't trend on Twitter, but somebody posted trending somewhere. Maybe Tumblr. I don't know. I saw
maybe.
No, we didn't trend all night.
That sucks.
Oh, yeah, okay. Somebody, Tenny posted a trend thing here. Let me ask her where it's from.
All right. Well, Regina, what were your thoughts about tonight's episode?
I really liked it. I mean, I think that I was happy to see that Papa Mills pretty much is in the know.
Yeah.
And actually worked with Corbin. Had some type of agreement. I wonder why he left, but definitely knew about the supernatural. I mean, they went into his bunker with all kinds of goodies
You understand me?
So, that seemed really interesting, and I'm not sure how they're going to address any of that in 44 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because both Crane and Abby need to get out of the catacombs.
Yeah.
I'm of the mindset that Betsy is there to make sure that they get back to the present. After reading Cliff's article today, right after the episode aired, he pretty much said that she is going to go the way she came. So I don't know what that means. But I don't think she's going to go back to Sleepy Hollow. I don't think she's leaving the catacombs.
You mean?
I think
you mean like how they bring
to
Katrina to her time? Yeah.
I think she'll go back to her time.
You think she'll go back to her time?
There is no time in the catacombs. There's no time in the catacombs.
Right.
It's a timeless place.
Right.
So I think wherever you come in and you go out, that's where you end up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I mean, Ika Abbey was great. I love the Cappuccino scene. And yeah, I mean, it was just lovely. It was great.
Oh, and
Joe killed me. That Joe dying, like
that was like
set
that
me
was
over.
It's like a punch in the gut, honestly, because he fit in so well, and it was such a no-brainer that he would be part of, the Sleepy Hollow Team Witness gang. And to have no Corbin now on the team, I just
exactly.
I'm so frustrated.
And I'm being selfish. He's also the one who did all of the interviews. He's posted back.
And he never hinted anything. Yeah.
I'm really mad.
Well, he said at the WonderCon. Well, Yasha, you were at WonderCon. I mean, why don't you tell everybody about that?
Well, that was really great. We saw up until the moment they pulled off that sheet and saw Betsy. So I was freaking out over all the Ickaby moments.
Yeah.
But of course, people there aren't as crazy as we are. Really not crazy. So I was in there freaking out, flailing, acting a complete psychopath. And they are really, really, the people on the panel were really beautiful up close. So they were nice. They were really nice. So, I mean, it was fun. It was good. I'm really shocked that they did kill off Joe, because like you said, he does everything. He was ringing a bell somewhere, and I don't get it. And I mean, I feel bad because I really hated Jenny and Joe, but I didn't hate Joe. So I mean, I just didn't
kill off. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was really great.
Are you sure that they said that he's not coming? Who said that he wasn't coming back?
TV line.
He's not coming back.
This is so depressing.
The article
I'm really, really bummed. Anyway, oh my goodness. Well, you know, what are you going to do?
The interview he did for Entertainment Weekly online.
Say that
he
again?
did an interview with them.
He did
Zach Effelman. He did an interview with Entertainment Weekly, and he was talking about how he's going to miss the show and how he definitely thinks and that there's possibility of coming back because of flashbacks and stuff like that, but he's definitely dead.
Yes, and that was
oh my God.
Depressing. Why did they do that to us? I'm so upset about that. I just don't understand it. It was not necessary, honestly.
Exactly.
Well, Matt Milner was saying it all week, and I kept saying no, yeah.
Well, Chrissy and I were saying he's a goner too.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I just, you know what? I had a feeling when I saw the promo for this week with the Wendigo, and I thought, holy shit, they're gonna kill Joe because I just thought that. I was like, oh no, I'm really nervous. I think they're gonna kill Joe off. And then I think I was DMing everybody because I was trying not to scare everybody or upset everybody, but yeah, I mean that's sort of where I was at, and I just had this dread all day. Like I was very, very nervous. Like I had stomach nerves all day, and I said, he's a goner. I just knew it.
Well, he's a goner because Headless is back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Headless?
But wait a minute now. Is Headless back?
Headless.
Yeah, but is it going to be Headless and then they're going to trap him again, or is he going to come back?
No, I think Headless is going to
I hope he comes back.
I think Headless is going to be a powerful.
He's going to be the new.
I think he's going to reestablish his badassery.
Yeah.
He's going to save the witnesses. Let's just say he's going to save the witnesses.
Well, I mean,
you think he's going to save the witnesses?
Yes, why not?
No, I think he's going to kill off the hidden one, which will save everybody.
That I will like, because he'll be our badass hero coming back, So
exactly.
Once the box is put back together, he can come out of it, I guess.
He could come out of it,
Whatever dimension all of that evil is that uses the box as a portal, they now will have their portal again. So that's kind of my thought on that. I'm still hoping that Frank comes back as the guest.
I know. Well, I do think that that's what the man hug is. I have a feeling that Irving is coming back.
Me too.
Especially because he knew Sheriff Corbin. Joe, would be for the funeral, and Irving would come back for that. That's what I'm thinking.
So you think the funeral is Joe's funeral?
Yeah, and I think that Ichabod was standing at Joe's grave.
At Joe's grave?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that piece hasn't gone as yet.
Well, see, because time keeps going. Let's see.
Back and forth.
They will be ahead of Ichabod and Abby when they come back. Will be ahead of the actual time we're watching.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's already passed.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute.
Because time is each.
No, but time is going to be slower in the real world, and it's faster in the catacombs.
Yeah.
So they might have been there already for 2 days. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. She doesn't have her little sandbag working anymore, so we don't know. Yeah. We don't know how many days has passed.
Right. So they could actually miss the funeral.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah,
oh my God,
come back and find out.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just can't. Well, Darla, you've been real quiet. Why don't you tell us how you're feeling? Is she there? I don't know.
I'm here. Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm sad. I'm sad about Joe. I'm sad. You know, what really frustrates me is that I hate when they fridge characters for other characters' character development for their growth. They fridge Joe so Jenny could grow as a character.
Yeah, I know. And now what?
So now she's never gonna Jenny's relationship since the beginning of the season, and then they kill him off. Right. So she can, like, mourn and whatever.
Yeah. Well, what if it's Joe's death that makes Abby sort of be like, you know, look, they had a really great, you know, they had their time together and now it's over, but at least she can say that they had their time together. Maybe that's going to make her open herself up to
Or maybe they go the other way, and maybe Jenny's all broken up and be like, okay, I don't want to do that. And they go completely the opposite direction.
Yeah. And then we'll have to deal with more Danny, which, whatever. Exactly. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is that, honestly, I mean, you know, I'm in it for the long haul. I don't care either way. I mean, yes, I care. But I'm just saying. I was about to say, I know. I care.
Don't lie and say you don't.
About my AKB, but there's a lot more. There are a lot of reasons that I watch the show. I'm not going to stop watching the show and supporting the show just because I didn't get my way. I do think it's the natural progression. And I do feel like this was the other thing that I just wanted to bring up. I do feel like that we will get a season 4. And I think, Regina, you mentioned an article from, where was it? Shoot, did I even write it down? It was just that Cliff,
Clifton talked about season 4.
He talked about season 4, and you know, he's been the whole season. You know, he's trying to build the Sleepy Hollow universe. That's what he's trying to do, and sort of establish its own world. Because you know, once they finished seasons 1 and 2, sort of like, okay, now you can start from scratch almost, and I think too, bringing back Headless is a big plus. I mean, a lot of us that, you know, we want our Headless.
See, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that because what it's tying it Headless is tied directly to Crane, as opposed to the Hidden One and Pandora. They're tied to both Abby and Crane, which made this season a lot more pleasurable to watch because the monsters affected both of them as opposed to just affecting Crane and having the story revolve around just him. Now, if you bring Headless back, what's to say that that's not going to happen again moving forward in season 4?
Well, I mean,
you can't have Sleepy Hollow without Headless Horseman.
Oh my God!
You can't. You just can't. I'm sorry. So it's just so much a part of. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, the real Sleepy Hollow and the real Washington Irving and the legend, and you know, he hurt both of them. So he, you know, as far as he's concerned, Abby would be an agent for the death of Katrina. And that's so I think would become an equal enemy to both of them, really. I do.
Yeah.
I do too. I do too.
I don't care. I mean, I just don't have that attachment to Headless that everybody else seems to have. This is like a completely different world where, you know, anything can happen. Headless is just not central to anything to me.
That's too bad. You have to come to Sleepy Hollow to understand my perspective.
Actually, we're having a meetup in November. Yeah. You need to come.
I might not.
You're gonna have to travel across the country.
The other thing,
if as soon as we hear about season 4, we will start planning it. It's gonna probably be in October, right, Deb? I think.
Well, October's a good time. But it's also, I mean, October's a great time to be in the Terrytowns. There's so much activity going on. However, it also means there's limited resources available in terms of hotel rooms, access to pubs and things like that. So
That's why I'm saying the minute that we hear the renewal, we have to be on the phone and just. I mean, I have an idea of what I'm thinking in my head, so we'll have to talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
And I know what you would like to do.
We have to get an
I would
idea
like
of how many people. We have to get an idea of how many people would commit to it as well.
Because my thought is the reason that we're saying October is because I'm going to be there for the New York Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And I think Christine is going to be there. I think Elaine and probably Ebony, a lot of the people that we saw.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people will be there.
Yeah, I think Tom Myson's fans will be there. Yeah, so everybody will be there. So it would be great to do, maybe we'll do like an event type thing. We'll figure it out, and as soon as we're just waiting for the damn renewal notice. I mean, I just can't believe they're making us wait this long. I'm thinking they're probably not going to let us know until the end of April, maybe. Yeah.
Wow, so late.
Yeah. I know, it's so frustrating.
I think they're going to make us. I mean, after the season finale, that they want us watching.
I know. That's the other thing.
On the Headless, I like having Headless in if it's season 1, like episode 1 Headless, and that looks like the Headless that was in the preview. I mean, he was just shooting everything. He didn't care, he was just shooting and killing, and he was scary. And I remember when those police officers said, "Put your hands on your." If it's that Headless, I'm all for it.
Did you think he heard us?
Yeah, that was funny.
How do I know? How the hell do I know? I know, it was too funny.
But I do love adding more to it. I like adding more to the tale. I like that we're getting the Norse mythology and the whole thing with Pandora. I love all that. So I don't know how it would ever focus only on the Headless Horseman. I don't think that I want that or need that. But I like having him show up every now and again and wreaking havoc and reminding us that he is the first.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. So let me see. I don't know. I thought I saw Sarah here. She hasn't landed yet. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
What are your thoughts, girl?
I liked the episode, and I didn't like the episode.
Yeah.
I know. What parts
knew,
did you like about it? I mean,
I liked them crossing in Delaware. I liked them in the catacombs. I liked. It was interesting that Betsy Ross came back, but oh my God, when Joe died.
Joe dying was the worst. I mean, honestly, I'm anxious to rewatch it because I was just like, anyway, and I couldn't watch it. That was sucky. I'm like, no, I can't get on. Anyway.
You interviewed him for like, what, an hour? And he didn't let.
And he didn't slip.
He's such a little. Yeah, Zach, if you're watching this, you're a little shit. You didn't like.
And he's dead. He's not like still coming back.
But
he's dead.
He said the WonderCon panel. He was like, "You'll probably say WTF," and I was saying way more than just that. I tell you that much. I still.
You know what? The feeling I had with Zach was that, he's been doing all this promotional work, and then he dies. Well, remember Orlando?
Did the same thing, yes.
Should have known.
And this is why Tom and Nicole stay off of everything. They're like,
maybe this is why Tom and Nikki don't do PR work.
Exactly.
Then their necks die.
Might get written off their own show.
Oh yeah. Wow.
It's like you did one too many tweets. That's it. You're done.
That's it. You're done. I know. Anyway, yeah, it's a heartbreaker. I kind of thought it was coming, so
And with the name like Sleepy Hollow, you think they come back anytime. They're like, oh, you're dead.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Maybe they'll. I don't know. Jeez.
No,
oh my gosh. And they had Jenny do it. Oh my gosh.
I know, and they had Jenny do it. I know. And I mean, and then she. But what I want to know is why did she have to shoot him in the heart? Couldn't she have shot him someplace else so that maybe
just like do like Supernatural does, just injure their knee or something.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's almost something, yeah.
Sam and Dean, how many times have Sam and Dean died on Supernatural? I can't even count them, and they always get to come back. That's what I mean.
Somewhere.
Well, she's going to end up back in Tarrytown Psych.
Oh God.
Oh gosh, don't go there.
Don't even put it out there,
Michelle
man.
says we're still trending.
We are trending?
What are we trending on?
I don't know what she's looking
We're trending on Twitter.
I don't see it.
I don't see it.
I'm at Philip Icecove's on his Twitter, and that's where I saw it.
On who?
Okay.
Yeah, we're trending on mine. I'll get a snapshot of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for now too.
Go to Philip's Twitter.
Is it not showing up on yours, Regina?
No.
It's showing up. If you have it,
I don't see it.
if you have it on U.S. trends, it's trending number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're trending number 5.
Okay.
So we're trending at number 5 in the U.S.
Yes,
it's always the U.S. It's always the U.S.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so where do you change? I just have trends.
Yeah, right on. There should be a little thing where you can click and like. I always keep mine on US.
Okay, 19 minutes ago it started trending.
Okay, well while we're doing that, let me just go up to.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I just have just a few items. First of all, I need to give a shout out to Mike the Movie Guy, at Mike the Movie Guy, and Amy. You know, I have tweeted out their link. You know, they do a podcast, and we're trying to get them on the Headless podcast for the finale episode. So hopefully we'll be able to schedule that, because it would be fun to talk to them. Because Amy is such a she's a tough one, but you know what? I mean, she really liked last week's episode, so I was happy about that. So I just need to give a shout out to them, because they're always supporting Sleepy Hollow Addicts and stuff. And then I just wanted to mention too that yes, there is I'm up at the Headless Podcast, and it's for Southgate Media Network, our media group. And so we do have a web page there where I guess they're posting all of our podcasts there. So it's southgatemediagroup.com/headlesspodcast. So you could go there and check that out. The other thing, we need to talk about Funko.
Yes.
Gina, why don't you fill in the fans about the Funko, because we want Sleepy Hollow Funko. We need Sleepy Hollow Funko.
Yes. Every week, Funko does a Q&A, typically on Friday afternoons or evenings, actually, for the East Coast, afternoons for the West Coast. And basically, fans are to show their interest on their Twitter timeline by asking questions and asking about their favorite shows, or characters from shows being made into Funko Pops. So that's how they determine what the next line will be. So a couple of weeks back, probably about a month back, we were able to get enough buzz generated on their timeline for Sleepy Hollow to be included in one of their polls to see what the next line should be. And we came in second place. But we need to continue to request that from Funko. So we need to continue every Friday in mass, not just 2 or 3 of us, but in mass, and ask them to make Sleepy Hollow Funko Pops. We need to do that in mass as a group.
Friday?
Every Friday. So they do it like around 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and then 7 o'clock, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I usually put out a tweet when the Q&A actually opens up. It actually happened yesterday. So I
caught that. Thank you, Regina.
Twitter,
yeah, me too.
They said, I think it's time for Q&A. And so that's when, that's when everyone starts asking the questions. So I sent something out. But again, I posted on their underneath the tweet in which they were asking questions is where you're supposed to make your request. And one of the things that I tell fans is that when you make your request, you don't say, we need Funko Pops and blah, blah, blah. Don't do that, or they will ignore you.
Right.
So you're supposed to ask nicely and politely
Yeah.
that we want
you should tell them, you know, this is why I love Sleepy Hollow. This is why I want a Funko. And just, you know.
tell them that you're ready to spend your money.
Yeah, and that you'll spend the money on it. Yeah, right. And you got to use hashtag #AskFunko.
Yes.
Yes.
So I put that out every week just to remind folks, and then I usually on the Friday let them know, let the fans know that they're asking the question. So just make sure you're following me or you're following Funko, and you'll get the notice for when to go ahead and make that ask. I think the fact that we were included in one of their polls is a good sign.
Yeah, totally.
They also, about a month ago, answered one of the fans' questions, and they basically said you need to continue to convince us that you guys want these. So that's the other thing to kind of keep in mind.
Yeah.
So the more that we ask,
the more positive we are.
Right, positive buzz that we can create, that will also encourage them to make them. And I know that Sleepy Hollow, Powers That Be, and Fox definitely want them to be made. They've already expressed it. I know Philip and Aaron both sent Funko any information that they needed in order to get them made. So it's just a matter of continuing to ask.
Yes, we need to it's supply and demand, you know. I mean, you know, we have to demand, but politely and positively, and just, you know, I'd be happy if you said, you know, this is why I love Sleepy Hollow, please create them, and you know, just you know, be consistent. We need to do it every single week. And if you guys are on Tumblr, anybody on Tumblr, if you guys could start like generating, you know, I'm not good with Tumblr. I have my Tumblr there, but I'm not that great at it. So if you guys if anybody is fluent in Tumblr, please go on there and you know, spread the word. I know. And okay, and the other thing I wanted to say that I wanted to mention, Tom Meissen Fans is doing a movie night tomorrow night. We're gonna watch Dead Cat, which is Tom Meissen's indie flick on Vimeo. It's gonna be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you use the code I Love Tom Meissen, you can get a 10% discount for it, because you have to pay for it. It's a rental. You have to rent it. So
you can either rent it for $5 or buy it for $10.
Yeah. I'm buying it. So, anyway.
It's very cute.
I can't wait to see it. I haven't had a chance, so it'll be fun to like watch with everybody and stuff.
And the 3 guys that he's in it with, he went to acting school with. They're all his friends. These are his real friends.
Nice. Awesome. Plus, it'd be nice to see him, you know, working with his buddies, you know. It'd be kind of cool. So, because of the movie night, we're going to do rewatch Delaware and another Hollow Hangout. Delaware rewatch will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hollow Hangout at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Some of the West Coast people, they kind of want to join us, I guess, for it. So I did want to talk to you just briefly about some of the things on. I just have a few things. Sleepyhead chatter that's been on social media. I put a question out on Tumblr asking, you know, what do you think is going to happen in the season finale? I'm only going to read you a couple of these because I mean I got quite a few responses. But so anyway, so Aftershock 5 said she thinks they're dead for Abby to Santa Crane. If I have any chance with him, I need to bring him into the fold. That's letting us know the show is not going there. I'm sorry, Sleepy Addicts, I know you love the show. So I don't agree with that, but it's what somebody said. Abby Mills' American Dream says they'll be made canon and we'll get season 4. And it's LibNoFib. She said she said that she thinks it'll become canon, and there'll be canon. That they'll be canon in the next couple of weeks, and we'll have a season 4. I mean, those were some of the things that people were saying, and I mean, you know, I know there's a whole cross section out there that aren't watching the damn show because of no Ickaby, and I mean, people, you can't.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Sorry, because I have this doubt that's been plaguing my mind. I've been trying to get acclimated with the lingo a little bit, but I have no idea what canon is. What is canon?
Canon is it'll be.
It's official.
It's official, yeah. Like it's gonna be for sure. They're gonna be together. It's like a relationship.
It is part of the history of the show. So whenever someone talks about this is canon, that means that it was actually aired on television and is the history mythology of the show.
Okay, now I get it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
It's a theological term, actually, meaning that.
Okay, tell us.
Now it is. It's when you talk about the Bible, when they chose which stories make up the Bible I think it was the Council of Chaldea. That becomes canon. That became the canon.
Right.
That's where it comes from.
Okay,
absolutely.
that makes sense.
Our deacon has spoken.
I have spoken.
Deacon, yes.
Although I'm not sure if I got the right counsel.
Yeah.
You might have to research that.
You'll have it like for Sleepy Hollow, they'll say that Katrina and Ichabod, that's canon. It's something real. They were married. That relationship actually happened. Denabi is canon. It's what actually happened. So Ickaby is not canon.
Right.
Even though they have even though they have the closest relationship I've ever seen on anyone on TV. But technically they're not canon. It's so.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's people hoping that the show doesn't end like that because a lot of times shows, if they know they're going to end, they'll give if they've had a big fan base for something, they'll let them just have a little bit just so that they can say it was canon. So we're hoping that for Ickaby, but we're also hoping for a season 4. So yeah, and that's.
Don't you think 3 seasons is a long holdout?
It is.
3 seasons. It is a long holdout.
I know, and that's why some people were upset. They're like, okay, so Danny just shows up and he's canon, and in a way, even what's her name? But I already forgot her name. Zoe. Technically they dated. So that's canon.
Yeah.
Because they dated. So they're like, okay, we've been waiting 3 seasons, and everybody else, you just pop in there, and everybody gets what they want except for the loyal fans that have been here from the beginning. And
exactly.
But you guys got to remember, I mean, I think too that the writers are thinking the fact that he was yes, I mean they got close. There's definitely feeling. But he was married. I mean, and starting in season 3, I mean, it was just a whole new, thing, and they have to build it up. And I agree. I mean, it should have been canon a while ago, but whatever. We'll see.
They shouldn't have made him character married. That didn't make sense.
Well, no, I know what you mean. But, he, as long as Katrina was out there, he wasn't going to ever commit to anybody else.
It's just a mistake to make your lead character like that married. So.
Yeah. So.
Especially with their chemistry that they had.
Exactly.
Oh, I know.
Ridiculous. That was just weird. But he was married for 2 seasons, so, I mean, that's technically true. I mean, and then the fact, I mean, yeah, we all want what we want, but, I mean, we don't always get what we want. So you kind of got to make a decision on that. What do you want to do? You're in or you're out?
Yeah. And unfortunately, a lot of people are choosing out. We were on Twitter, and it really is upsetting to some people. And if you're and as much as I want everyone to hang in there, and because there's other good things about the show, if it upsets you because it makes you sad, to see you know, that they're deliberately not doing something that it's obvious to the rest of us, you know, then, you know, I can't fault you for not wanting to watch. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either.
Yeah.
When people tuned out last week, it was like, no, please don't stop watching because we want the renewal. But,
Right.
you know, it's they're in their point of view, they've been waiting 3 years, and then you just threw something else at us at the last minute. You know,
and I guess
it's just like, that was very frustrating.
Us, of those who enjoyed it, even the Danny part, because I surely did enjoy that. I don't appreciate all that towards
negativity.
Me. So, I mean, you know, you can be negative. I can totally handle negative, but you know, if I like Danny, whatever, because I don't just watch for Ichabod and Abby, I watch for actors. So if I like it, it's fine for me to like it too.
Right. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And there's a lot of people, they actually like Betsy Ross, and you know, I say more power to them. I don't go around saying you shouldn't like it. You know, enjoy the parts of the show that you enjoy because that'll keep you watching. But when the parts that upset you outweigh the joy that you get from it, and we tweeted with some people this past week, and that's just how they felt. You know,
exactly.
It is
I mean, when you're tweeting, when you're tweeting with someone where every tweet is negative, you know, and we had someone that we were tweeting with last. I think Tina, you were on a couple of those. I just said, why do you watch it? Just stop watching it if it's torturing you.
I saw that,
we're not just talking about one thing. The whole thing they don't like. Everything about it they don't like. Well, get another show, you know, because there's so much negativity, you know. So you know, that I don't mind. I don't agree with everybody on the Hangout about what I think is the most important part of the show. But we all enjoy listening to each other, and I think we all have a lot of common things that we like, you know. So, but yeah, there was a lot of negativity, and I had to mute a couple people. I just got tired of listening to it, you know.
Yeah, I had to mute somebody. And it was somebody I follow, and they just kept redoing the Denabby kiss, and I'm like, I don't want to see it anymore. I just didn't want to see it anymore, so I had to mute them because I'm like, it's the same gif. I don't want to see it anymore. But
you probably muted.
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. But you retweeted them. Would you stop doing that so I can keep following you? But no. But I mean, I'll just mute it for a little while until, you know, I'm like, let them have their fun. They got what they wanted and enjoy it. You know, if it was us and we got Ichabod, we'd be like blowing up, you know, Twitter with it. So I think.
This is what I think is going to happen. I feel like I really think that it's going to be Joe's death that makes Abby like totally go with Ichabod. I mean, it's going to be after I think it will be. I do, because it's going to be sort of like, well, you know, why waste time when you have this? I just don't understand. She's never going to have that with Danny. She's never going to have it.
Yeah, that is true.
Some other dimension pining for Danny. I don't care if she's, you know, whatever. It just isn't going to be that way. So.
You think Sophie's going to tell Abby about Danny?
Yeah, I was not going to say that. What is she going to do, Richie?
I think if Danny doesn't do it, I think Sophie's going to feel the need to have to.
Yeah,
that's
Sophie's
going
to tell Abby something. She's going to tell Abby something.
I think so, too.
I think if Danny doesn't do it,
look on Sophie's face when Danny told her that, the look on her face was like, dude.
Was like, cool. Yeah, not good.
I think that I would hope that he would do it. You know, to Sophie, I would hope that he would come clean to Abby and do it himself.
Needs to come clean.
Yeah. He seems like a team playing guy, but he's also an ambitious person, and sometimes when you're in certain positions, you follow orders. You don't really know what those orders are, or you don't know the big picture. It's kind of like being a soldier. You know, they tell you to go take that hill, and you're not going to be like, well, why am I taking that hill? What are we doing that for?
Exactly.
And you take the hill. And so it's the same concept with, you know, a lot of the stuff that Danny was doing too.
And what worries me about this type of loyalty and commitment to his other job, that he hasn't told Abby yet, What if Walter said, I need you to bring Abby to me and don't tell anybody? Abby and I need to have a talk. Is he going to do it? You know, because he's loyal to his job. He's still being loyal to his job. Because he hasn't told
No, there's a part of being loyal, and then there's just being damn silly.
Right.
And so I don't think to do something like, because that's just damn silly. So I really don't. I think as long as he's in the dark and they have him doing things and he doesn't see the real harm in it, he's like, you know, I'm spying on her. What's the harm in that? I kind of like what she looks like. So, you know, his mind's probably thinking, what's the harm in that? But I don't think if they said kidnap Jenny or something like that, I don't think he would go that far. I think he even told the line when it came to him questioning him about Nevins, when he said, I want you to stop, you know, telling them.
Yeah.
So even that bothered him.
Yeah, and that's what worries me, that he still hasn't told them, but he wants to be part of the team now. I'm like, oh, you really, when you come in and say, hey, I'm part of the team, I need to tell you everything that I know.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean? So it just.
But he's had, Danny's had
told him everything. He hasn't told him everything. So, like, the way that you all feel about how he feels about his job is the same way that Abby feels about being the witness. She has been extremely loyal to that. He hasn't told him everything. Just like he hasn't told her everything. What is the difference there? It's like he's bigger. You're making him a bigger villain than Abby and Crane would be. They're both keeping secrets.
But she's not keeping. She's not spying on Danny.
Yeah, she's not spying.
You know, she's not spying on Danny for somebody else. She's not in a relationship with Danny because of ambitious desires, and I think that's part of Danny.
Exactly, and
the writers are setting up couples.
Vilifying him, I think, a little bit unfairly, because you don't know what he's actually going to do based on now his current knowledge. So, I mean, I'd rather.
No. Current knowledge, he needs to have told Abby already, and I think he knows that.
No, listen.
I like Danny. I like Danny, though. I don't want anyone to think that I'm not bashing him. It's the situation.
But Yasha, wait a minute. The thing is like at the end of last episode, you know, they were having this talk.
Yeah.
Before they kissed in his office in front of everybody, whatever. But I mean, that would have been the time to say, listen, before we move forward, you know, I need to tell you this because I don't want to go into this without you knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
And he should have said. And the thing is like, but the reason that he was even at Quantico was because to spy on her. From the moment that they've met.
Did you say that? Did they say that?
Did who say what?
The reason why he was at Quantico was to spy on her.
Well, they haven't said it. No, but come on. Walters assigned him. No, Walters assigned him to. He gets out of Quantico, whatever, and then all of a sudden he happens to find his way into Sleepy Hollow. Walters. Well, I don't know. They haven't said that.
They haven't been there for a reason.
They didn't say that. You can't go there. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be too much of a coincidence for them to move someone who is that low on the totem pole, no matter how ambitious you are. They moved him into a head position over this office. They know that wasn't a coincidence.
I feel like this part is definitely on a tangent. It completely.
You're like, this is a tangent.
I don't know if it goes all the way back to Quantico, but I do believe it goes back to that they know that him and Abby had some type of relationship, and they put him there knowing that he could get close to her. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense for them. They would have just done that with anybody. They picked him.
This is Sleepy Hollow. A lot of this hasn't made sense. That is kind of it's a lead.
Well, anyway. But we'll see. I mean, I just think he needs to come clean to her before. I think what's going to happen, this is what my theory is. I think that, of course, Walters is going to probably be at the funeral. I think Irving's going to be at the funeral. I think that Abby's going to, see. I think what's going to happen, I think that Agent Freckles is going to see Walter's talking to Danny and know what's up, and she's going to say something to Abby. That's my thinking. That's how
But I mean, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what they do. I don't know. Okay, so we have, like, I really just want to go maybe, like, 5 or 10 more minutes. Some people were asking me about Ragnarok. Ragnarok is the season finale next Friday. And I did do some research. I just wanted to mention a few things here. So it basically, Ragnarok stems from Norse mythology, you know, and it's basically the definitive war that ends with the dawn of a new age, and 2 humans are left to repopulate the earth. So Ragnarok represents birth, life, death, and rebirth. Ragna is the ruling powers, gods, and Rock is doom and destruction of the gods. And they interpret it as Twilight of the Gods. So basically, it's the good god. As far as in Norse mythology, Ragnarok pits the good gods versus the evil gods, and the humans are like collateral damage. So it's going to be interesting. The ultimate, and then as far as legend has it, or mythology states, is that there's a woman and a man finds shelter under a sacred tree, under the sacred tree of the world, which is Yggdrasil, and after the final battle, they repopulate the earth. So what I wanted to find out is how do you guys think this is going to go? I mean, obviously they're going to try and take down, you know, the hidden one, but it's one god it's an omnipotent god against a bunch of humans. I mean, and 2 witnesses. So I don't know how this is going to work.
That's where the headless horseman would come in, because he's a horseman of death, so he is powerful. So that could work.
Yeah. Well, him and Pandora may be working together to get rid of him. I mean, I really
Pandora, I don't know, in the previews, Pandora looked like she was going her own way. But it was hard to tell. I have to see the previews again.
No. She got her powers back, and she's back.
Yeah, is she going to help the humans?
No.
I don't think
she's
so
doing her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she's going to have her own thing.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, it's going to be a hot mess. I'm dying to know if they're going to put her in. I think they need to trap them both in the box.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the poetic justice thing to happen.
Yeah, that they should be able to do that somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Well, the other thing I was going to ask you guys, I think that the emblem of Thura needs to return here. I don't think that it's disintegrated.
Well, Cliff kind of said that. Well, no, excuse me, not Cliff, Raven at WonderCon.
Oh, okay.
During one of the interviews.
Is it back?
Said that.
He said that it's back, or that it'll
restart? Said that not everything is gone like we think it is.
Oh,
what is it, in their sock drawer or something?
Maybe there's another one in the catacomb.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe they look at Abby's lingerie and finds the Thora.
That's hilarious. And the other thing too is, you know, I mean, in the Book of Revelations and everything, I mean, you know, the 2 witnesses, they prophesize. They have that power, and they also have supernatural powers of their own. I think they can shoot fire and other things. And so I'm really hoping that if the emblem of Thura does come back, you know, at the end here, that maybe you know, our witnesses will have you know, up the ante, and we'll get a little bit more from them. You know, I mean, it's a supernatural show. I mean, I love that they are willing to get down and dirty and fight with, you know, guns that are ineffectual. I mean, how many times have they shot that gun bullets at these guys all season long, and not one of them ever works? So, I mean,
well, let's hope Papa Mills has some magical ammunition.
Yeah, we need
little bunker.
Bunker, artifacts.
I have a question about Papa Mills. I had my head down tweeting, and I lifted my eyes, and I could have sworn I saw something with his eyes. I mean,
Papa Mills?
Yeah, I thought I did. I'm gonna watch it again with the West Coast.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be watching it again too. I'm gonna hopefully be able to see.
I thought something happened with his eyes, and I don't know.
I I didn't see anything.
Well, this was the other thing. What if Ezra is the brother, the good God? Because Ragnarok is good God versus evil God. What if Ezra is the good God, the brother? What
exactly, because they haven't
had him trapped in the first.
Yeah.
They haven't brought out a good God as yet. Only had Thor there.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't all of the gods though have the humans as slaves?
Well,
I didn't think there were any really good gods there, you know.
Well, yeah, but
from
I
a human perspective.
Not from a human perspective, but in the end of everything, after Ragnarok and the clash of the whatever, I mean, I think Odin dies and a couple of other the front runners that are up there in the good god, and then of course the evil gods are dead, but I think it's Odin's sons that survive, and then they help bring in the new age of the world, and with the humans, and they work together with the humans, and there's peace. I mean, that's basically what.
Listen, Raven might have just liked the sound of the word, you know.
And it means nothing. It has nothing to do with it.
This is a cool word.
I know, it may not have anything to do with that.
This will have the thinking for weeks. What does it say? It means nothing.
It means nothing. I know. All my research would be for nothing. But anyway, so we'll see.
But aren't they going on a Christian basis? So I mean.
Well, that's the thing. No, I mean, that's the thing that I think that they've changed. They sort of wanted seasons 1 and 2 was sort of the Judeo-Christian version of the apocalypse. This is another, kind of twistoric apocalypse, tribulation number 2, and then the next one will be tribulation number 3. I mean,
tribulation.
Tribulation. I would say tribulation.
So aren't they like prophets of the Christian Judeo perspective?
Well, in the Book of Revelations, yes. In the Book of Revelations,
I think that they mean different things in different religions. I think is what they're going for.
Right.
And that in the Bible, they're written as
religions.
Yeah,
it's like the creation stories and the flood stories.
Right.
Even the Pandora mythology was from different civilizations. So I think that they're trying to broaden that universe, because at some point it's going to get old if you just stick within the Judeo-Christian perspective.
This is like exactly like what Supernatural is doing, like with the Judeo-Christian is the main one, and then they're doing all these like side gods like of the other thing, but like the more powerful one god is like with the prophets.
Well, now they've got God's sister, Darkness, and they're trying to.
But so maybe it's like the same thing where it has like the main god protects Ichabod and Abby from the.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's how they've let the horsemen play into it, because in the Bible, I guess there is those 4 horsemen.
Yeah, so there is.
That they were able to run with that with the headless horseman, which is the legendary story of Apollo. So they were able to combine it very smoothly that way, and so I think that they're finding ways to add in these other Norse and Egyptian and Sumerian beliefs into the whole bigger picture of the Sleepy Hollow show mythology.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe the witness gods that there are, like they're the witnesses of this Judeo-Christian god or whatever, will protect them from this god. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe Ragnarok is sort of that way, like the Nephilim playing and like Angel playing.
Really,
sort of.
Christian God is kind of absent from Sleepy Hollow. I mean, they're really divine. There's not necessarily divine intervention. You have.
That's why I was saying I think that we need to see some angels coming back in here. I mean,
exactly, because if they're representing the whole.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think like season 4. Whether I don't know what they need, they could even. Yeah, I don't know how they would do it, but. I mean, we talked about, we want Orion back. Of course, he would be epic. But I think he would be another tribulation, though, because he wanted to kill everybody and start over, remember? And then he didn't get his way, and he flew off like a crybaby. So, I mean, it'd be interesting to see.
But a very handsome crybaby.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, I wouldn't mind it. Anyway, but yeah, so we'll see what they do. I mean, there's so many things that they can do with the show. I do think, you know, the witnesses are supposed to witness 7 tribulations. I said it right. Tribulations. So we'll see. I mean, there's a lot that they can play with. I do think that I think that they can still have Headless be a baddie and a thorn in their side, somebody that they always have to like plan for, or you know, that he could pop up here. You know what I mean? I mean, because that's why season 1 was so great. You know, you knew, oh my God, he's still going to be looking for that skull, and we still don't know if the skull that we saw on the shelf in the
wasn't there a skull in
in the promo?
In the promo, there was, right, Regina? Yeah.
Was there? I didn't see the
there
promo.
Was, yeah, there was a skull in the promo, yeah.
In the promo,
Yay.
that's the skull from the
that
shelf.
makes me feel good. I'm thinking.
So
it's definitely Headless.
Chrissy,
you know that.
All right. What?
I got to drop off. I've got to go get my husband.
All right, no problem.
Yes,
Thanks for joining us. And yeah, I think we're going to end it
Bye.
anyway. Bye. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you on Twitter. Bye, Deb.
Tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Be safe.
So I guess with that we can end it. I mean, I think we covered everything. Do you guys have everything else that you wanted to say about the episode, or?
I think we actually left a lot unsaid, but I need to rewatch it. So I think if we rewatch it tomorrow and do another Hollow Hangout, we'll be able to go over it a little bit more. I need to go to sleep anyway.
Are you going to be up tomorrow, Diana? Diana, are you stay up tomorrow and join us again?
I hope so. I'm going home to my parents' house again this weekend. That's why I couldn't join last week, but I'll try. I'll see, because it's hard to because it's 3:30 a.m. So I don't want
to. You're exhausted. We'll go get some sleep. Thanks for
not for me, because I'm usually up at this time anyway. But where I am now, I'm at my house and I can make noise because there's a lot of room where I am.
Right.
At my mom's place, I don't have that chance, so I'll try.
Okay, well, I'll send you a link.
Kill everybody and start over, remember?
I know. Well, thanks for joining us all the way from Portugal. And I know Ashley.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one. Bye. Bye. I guess Ashley just joined.
Oh, okay. Tomorrow then.
Yeah, you'll have.
Okay.
We'll have room. We're gonna rewatch it anyway. I didn't even get to see the last 15 minutes, so because my computer.
I think last week I was so upset that I didn't want to rewatch it, so I didn't. But this I'm not happy with some of the decisions that were made. I still really enjoyed the episode, so I won't have any trouble rewatching it.
Yeah.
I really
me neither. I think Diana's more icky than me.
Maybe just a little bit.
Just a little. Well, yeah, so don't forget the rewatch is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our Hollow Hangout's going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we're going to be doing at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be on at the Mayo. Bye. See you later. Bye, Diane.
I was just going to ask, what time is it there now?
Right now it's 10:30 on East Coast.
Yeah, it's 10:30 East Coast time. So it's gonna be.
It's 5 hours difference. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I know. Time zones. Dang it.
Yeah.
Why can't we all be just on the same page?
Yeah. Only 7:30 here.
So yeah, so don't forget, guys. Tom Meissen Fans is hosting movie night. We're gonna watch Dead Cat. Use I Love Tom Meissen code to get 10% off on Vimeo tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until tomorrow, I guess we're signing off. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Exactly.
Tomorrow.
We're gonna miss you. And I'm really upset. Okay. Bye. All right.